Welcome to MotoGP World. Today, we bring you the latest updates from the recent 2026 MotoGP tests in Sepang and insights into the current rider market. Starting with the Sepang test, Marc Márquez concluded the third day expressing satisfaction with his physical condition following his shoulder fracture 125 days ago. Despite finishing fifth, nearly 4/10 behind the fastest rider, his brother Alex Marquez, Marc highlighted the incremental improvements of the Ducati GP26. He described the new model as resembling more the 2024 version rather than last year's GP25, appreciating Ducati's subtle but effective developments. Although the engine remains unchanged, Ducati has managed to refine areas they did not initially target, reinforcing their dominance over recent seasons. Marc noted that Aprilia challenged them last year, but Ducati has continued to push to maintain their edge. He stressed the importance of patience and prudence, reminding us that last year's performances don't guarantee this year's results, as championships are won over 22 weekends, not single races. Regarding the test itself, Marc admitted managing his effort with an eye on his recovery rather than pushing flat out from the start. He acknowledged faster competitors and emphasized the need to reinvent oneself each season as the field improves continuously. Comparing this year's test at Sepang with last year, he feels similarly positive but looks ahead to the Thailand test, which will be more decisive given the close timing to the next race. On a competitive note, Marc once again named his brother Alex as a serious contender for the title, praising his pace in both qualifying and race simulations. He proudly shared how Alex offers valuable advice, flipping the dynamic between brothers and underscoring the family's exceptional talent. Moving to the second item, Dani Pedrosa, KTM's test rider, commented on the unprecedented speed of the current MotoGP contract market. He noted how almost the entire grid has been confirmed well before the official start of preseason testing, something never seen before. Discussing recent speculation regarding major rider moves, including Fabio Quartararo potentially switching from Yamaha to Honda, Jorge Martin's possible transfer to Yamaha, and Pedro Acosta's rumored promotion to Ducati's official squad replacing Pecco Bagnaia, Dani remained cautious, indicating that not all decisions are finalized. Highlighting Ducati's strategic acumen, he described their maneuvers in this aggressive and fast-moving market as very successful. We continue with more information from the final day of testing in Sepang, where the third and last session of the MotoGP preseason brought intense competition among teams and riders as they fine-tuned their setups before moving on from Malaysia. Despite the challenging weather conditions earlier in the week, the riders managed to extract valuable data and show promising pace, especially from the Ducati and Aprilia camps. Maverick Viñales was the first to hit the track, maintaining consistency with his KTM and working closely with his new coach Jorge Lorenzo. Alongside him, Joan Mir and Fabio Di Giannantonio started strong, with the Italians setting an initial benchmark of 1 minute 58.827 seconds. Honda also made their presence felt early on, with riders Luca Marini and Diogo Moreira focusing on steady laps and adaptation, particularly as Moreira continues his rookie-year learning curve. The afternoon session intensified as Pecco Bagnaia pushed hard, clocking a 1 minute 58.088 and soon improving to 1 minute 57.726, leading the times and confirming his excellent form on the Ducati. Marc Márquez followed suit, quickly responding with a 1 minute 57.602, edging out his teammate by just over 1/10 of a second and showing clear progress during his long-run practice, especially considering it was only a few months since his injury in Mandalika. However, the highlight came from Alex Marquez, who dominated much of the session with impressive pace and consistency, setting a fastest time of 1 minute 57.551 and then further improving to 1 minute 57.295. Alex established himself as the quickest rider of the afternoon, confirming his strong fitness and readiness after his recent return. His consistent lap times throughout the day were a testament to his adaptation and rhythm on the new Ducati machinery. Pedro Acosta also made a notable impression by securing third place with a 1-minute 58.073 lap, demonstrating his continuous development and ability to challenge the top runners. Towards the end of the session, positions shifted dramatically as Fabio Di Giannantonio surged to first place briefly with a 1-minute 57.093, sparking excitement and showcasing the competitiveness of the midfield. Yet the final moments belonged to Marco Bezzecchi, who soared to the top with a stunning 1-minute 56.526, the fastest time of the day, underscoring Aprilia's growing potential this season. Despite Bezzecchi's late charge, Alex Marquez's morning. And finally, we have two exciting updates for the MotoGP world as we step into the new season. First, the latest test results from Sepang show that Ducati continues to hold a strong position, with Alex Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia ready to challenge reigning champion Marc Márquez. Alex impressed as the fastest in both one-lap pace and race simulations, completing 10 laps at an average of 1-minute 58 seconds flat, just ahead of Bagnaia and Marc. This test reaffirms Ducati's dominance with the new GP26 model, giving Alex more competitive tools than last year. Bagnaia also shared his renewed confidence, feeling free of the braking and cornering limitations that affected him previously, and he seems determined to take revenge against Marc and Ducati's official team after leaving it. Meanwhile, Marc Márquez, recovering from a right shoulder injury since October, showed steady progress on a track that has historically been challenging for him. He emphasized that races are different from tests and remains quietly confident about the season ahead. Aprilia, following strong performances by Bezzecchi, who has benefited from less pressure and recent victories, continue to trail Ducati but remain optimistic about their pace. KTM riders Pedro Acosta and Maverick Viñales also showed improved agility and tire management with the new bike, even though competition has grown fiercer. Honda, with Joan Mir leading their progress, demonstrated better acceleration and top speed, but still needs to improve consistency and traction. Yamaha faces uncertainties as their new V4 engines have suffered failures requiring adjustments before the season kicks off. Off the track, the rider market is heating up with rumors of Marc Márquez nearing contract renewal, Alex Marquez potentially confirming with KTM, and other surprises expected before the 2027 season starts. Onto the second headline, we step away from the track to a landmark celebration gearing up for the summer. The World Ducati Week 2026, scheduled for July 3rd to 5th at the Misano World Circuit, promises to be a legendary event as it marks Ducati's 100th anniversary. This edition is not just a regular gathering, but a grand festival blending passion, history, and innovation. The highlight will be on July 4th, the exact centenary date, featuring special presentations, technical talks with engineers and designers, and exclusive encounters with legendary Ducati riders who have shaped the brand's legacy. Fans will experience action-packed days with opportunities to ride their own bikes, test the latest models in riding experience,